Welcome, gang. Welcome to the series teaser of Ray's Sports and Slams. I am your host for the first time, yes, indeed, of Ray's Sports and Slams. I'm very excited to do this show. Look forward to the series opener, October 6th. But before I go any further, I want to bring back a special friend, the owner of Boink Studios, and my buddy in crime, Mr. Tom Clark.
What's
What's
up,
up,
Ray?
brother? How you doing, my friend?
You all right?
I'm chilling like a villain. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, man, I'm hanging in there, hanging in there. We're doing what we do.
Doing what we
Uh,
can do.
Thanks for having me. You excited to do this show,
I,
man, or
I,
what?
I am pumped, my friend. I am pumped. This is something in the making for a long time, and I'm just glad that we're doing this. And I'm just happy part of the Boink Studios family. This is awesome, dude. This is something, like I said, I've been striving for a while, and we're finally here, dude. October 6th. Get ready.
I'm doing all I can to speak to you with that freaking Dallas jersey on. It's only because we're friends that You're lucky. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. I may switch it to something else later.
Oh no! It's fine. It's your show, brother. It's your show.
A little bit about us. You know, we've gone back now several years now. We've actually met in New York City. We've actually broke bread together. A big fan of Tom Clark's main event. And you could just take it from there, dude. Like basically how we got together and how this whole thing kind of formulated.
You started watching the main event, but God knows when it was. The years just tick by, it seems. And I can't remember what got you on the main event, and then later on the 6M podcast. But eventually, we just started talking, and then I was going to New York for a job thing, and one thing led to another. It's like, well, let's just meet up and have dinner, and we did, and it was good. And we even had the waitress take a picture of us.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was cool. I've only been the one time. I'd love to go back, man.
Yeah, I would love for you to come back, dude.
Well, I've told this story before in other places, but like being in North Carolina, hi kids, I firmly expected rude. I expected short. I expected crass. I expected all the things I'd always heard about because we hear it all down here. Nothing could be farther from the truth. I had people holding doors open for me to walk through, and people were saying please and thank you. And I'm like, I thought New York was supposed to suck. What happened? Do you know what I mean?
100%.
I try not to judge. But
You get this idea of what New Yorkers are like, and then when you finally meet some people, like, oh, it's not as bad.
yeah,
It's not as bad. Yeah, dude. I'm glad people treated you with open arms. I would have felt bad if you would have gotten, the bad New Yorkers, because there are some good ones out there. So
well, it's like that everywhere, right? I mean, every
like that
place you go
everywhere.
to, good and bad. Yeah.
So a little bit about this show. This show is going to be different from any shows that are part of the Boink Studios family. This is an all-around sports encompassing show. So this is going to be the NBA, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and of course, pro wrestling. I figure it's about time we have a show that kind of encompasses all of it. And, what a great platform to get this done on.
Hmm.
And
I agree. Yeah.
A little bit about myself. If you don't know right now, I'm a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan. I know that doesn't sit well with my buddy here, but true story. About maybe 7, 8 years old, going to the living room. My dad's watching football game. I said, "Who's playing?" He said, "This is the Dallas Cowboys." I said, "Oh, okay." He's like, "You're gonna like this team." And I said, "Oh, okay." And there's no more to the story. I could add more to it and BS you, but I was like, I guess I have to like this team now. And I just had started liking them. And I've been through a lot of torture and pain and suffering. And that's the gist of that. Diehard Laker fan. I grew up in the Kobe era. So from like 2005 to 2010, it was nothing but Kobe. And that I just gravitated to him. I loved his drive, his passion, his Mamba mentality. As you can see, I got the Kobe pictures. That's just my guy. And I'm never going to deviate from being a diehard Laker fan. And I guess my truest bond to New York is being a New York Met fan, because no matter what, my dad was also a diehard Met fan. So that kind of transcended to me. Where are you with sports, Tom? We've talked about wrestling a lot, but I've never gotten your teams and what teams or sports you're into. So break that down for me if you don't mind.
So, sure. So when it comes to sports, I used to follow a lot closer than I do now. I mean, mostly because there's only so many hours in the day. But when I followed football and really got in the NFL, it was the Vikings. And the only reason I chose Minnesota was because of Randy Moss. He was it. Um, and I didn't know much about him other than he could have went to the NBA if he had chose to go that route because the guy was a freak athlete, as we all know. But the thing that got me about Randy Moss was, you know, everybody that didn't take me in the draft, I'll show them. Because as we know, he didn't go high in the draft.
He
Because people
didn't go
don't
high in the draft. He
right.
didn't.
And dude, there's something about if I call Randy an underdog, I don't think that's accurate. But I like when people are fighting from behind. That's the pro wrestling fan in me, dude. I love that. Like, and so I was like, well, Minnesota's my team. And it's, Randall Cunningham was there, Chris Carter was there, and then that was my team, man. And the way Randy could just, they would go to the huddle and Randy would say, just throw the ball, I'll get it.
Just throw it up there. I got it.
And he could.
He was that guy. He could. He backed it up.
His vertical was insane.
Insane.
Yeah.
I'm a big Randy Moss fan. Yeah.
Aria will see that's good. See, you have a redeeming quality, Ray, apart from that Dallas shtick you got going on. But it's your show, and I'm dissing him on his own show. How you like that?
He's taking shots at me on my own show.
I'm just saying, baby. That's how we roll in Carolina. I'm just saying. Well, when it comes to NBA, I know you're a Lakers guy. Kids, you can see the colors, I'm sure. I've never been anti-Laker. I love Magic. I love those years with Magic and Bird. But for me, it was Allen Iverson. And we're talking about after Jordan hung it up. And Jordan is what got me into the NBA to begin with. Jordan is the one that made me care anything about basketball, because in high school, I didn't care about sports. I didn't play sports. I didn't care about them. But then the Bulls happened. And I'm like, all right, oh my God. Because like a lot of other, not just white kids, but kids of all colors and genders and all around the world, you suddenly, know what basketball is and you're appreciating it. And, it was amazing the stuff he could do. I mean, icon, the GOAT. I'm sorry, kids, best of all time. But,
Kobe, yes, I agree.
Oh, see, there you go. I will allow you to have that. So
thank you.
But yeah, and honestly, as I said, Iverson for me, because Iverson to me was much in the same vein as Randy Moss, where it's like, go ahead, underestimate me, sleep on me, go ahead, I'll show you. I love that, and like to this day, if someone's made into an underdog to a point, I may end up pulling for that guy because there's something about that feel good, fighting from the bottom, scrapping for everything you've ever had, dude. I don't know. I've lived my life, honestly, to a lot of those same ideals, I guess.
I gotcha.
So, yeah,
and
dude.
He literally won an NBA championship game, literally, no exaggeration, by himself. It was game 3 or 4 in the Lakers in 2004 or 3. And he literally won that game by himself.
Yeah.
He was a one-man show, and no one could stop him.
He
was that guy. 100%.
They had a good team, too. They had a good
team. He had a good team, but he carried the whole team.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson, dude. He was the man. I give you that. That. Now, as far as wrestling goes, I started off in WWE like everybody else. But after a while, and when it got kind of shticky, and then it became just more about the females taking their clothes off, and that's all it was about. And then it got really crazy. And then the owner, I'm not going to say his name, had a lot of troubles, and I just was looking for another outlet. So now I'm a massive AEW guy. But I will say I don't wish bad on WWE. I don't hope anybody gets fired. I don't hope they lose money. I'm not that guy where just because I'm an AEW guy that I think WWE should fall under. That's not me. And I've watched their pay-per-views. I'm a big fan. I think Tom can share this. I'm a huge Adam Cole guy. That is my guy. I met him in person. Nicest guy on the planet. In AEW, I just feel like the people there and the fans are just hardcore. They love their AEW. And I don't know, dude. You yourself personally, I think you started in Georgia Championship Wrestling, and you could continue from there.
Yeah, I was a Crockett kid growing up, so I watched a lot of NWA and Jim Crockett Promotions and Georgia Championship Wrestling from Florida. Basically, I was a territory guy, still am, and that was my pro wrestling. I'm not gonna say I never watched WWF as a kid. I did, but even as a kid, I was very aware of what WWF was compared to Crockett, and the way the Crockett guys would mention Hogan without saying his name. They call him the paper champion up north, which I always loved because as a Crockett guy, I'm like, I know who they're talking about. and Dusty and Rick and the Horsemen and the Rock and Rollers and the Midnights and Nikita and Wahoo and Gene Ligon and all these legendary guys in the NWA and Jim Crockett Promotions. Man, that was my jam, and I was fortunate enough to get in the business around 2000, working with some local promotions here in North Carolina, and I stayed with it off and on through the years. I got to work as a producer backstage and write storylines and ran social media for a pro wrestling company for a couple of years, and that was a blast. And I love being behind the curtain. I think it gave me a different perspective than what
Hmm.
maybe what some other folks can even get because, being a fan is awesome, and I'm always a fan. I'm a fan first. But, getting that taste of what it is up close and personal, I think really helped me. I wrote for Bleacher Report for about 7 years, and I was a WWE featured columnist for them. Got great experience. I've always been a writer and always been a
Oh yeah.
wrestling fan. So I just managed to put those two together. And the only reason I started Tom Clark's Main Event was because I was thinking, I'll use this podcast as a way to push my columns on Bleacher Report and other places. And once the bug bites you, man, you're bitten. I mean, there's no getting away from it. And, here we are 11 years later, and I'm up to 3 shows myself. No, 4 shows myself. Your shows join the Boink Studios family, which we're so glad to have you. We've got 2 more new shows coming down the pike in the month of October. Can't wait for those shows to premiere. I mean, we'll be putting out 6 brand new shows every week, 6 days a week, 7 shows
Wow.
actually. So yeah, it's all that's led to this, and yeah, I love it, man. Like I said, I got bit, and I love the podcast format. I just think it's the best.
I agree with you, my friend. I agree, and I can't tell you again how thankful I am to join this family. I think we're gonna do some amazing things on this show, and I'm just really excited to see where this goes, dude. And again, I'm pumped. I want to thank you for coming through for me, for being my mentor, dude. You were my captain, my captain. You were my dude. I'm excited. October 6th, the grand showcase show starts.
Grand opening.
Grand opening. Get ready, dude. So please, guys, be on the lookout. We have a lot of topics to discuss. I want to get into the NFL. I want to talk about the NBA. There's a lot of things going on at this point. The NBA will be on start. I think the season starts October 2nd or 3rd. So we could get into that. There's some people out there talking about paying for NBA games, which I think is ridiculous. We'll have that discussion on the 6th,
Mm.
and we'll talk about everything else, dude. But thank you again for joining me tonight and getting this teaser out there. And I look forward to you joining me on my first show, October 6th.
Absolutely, Ray. I appreciate it very much. And kids, check us out. Boink Studios on YouTube. Hopefully, you're
Yes,
watching us
please plug
there.
the plug the family, dude.
I'm just
Boy
saying.
Studios for life.
That's right. Yeah, we appreciate your time, kids. A lot of work going into this, and Ray's going to be the one doing the heavy lifting at the end of the day. So yeah, any and all support, of course, is very much appreciated. And any suggestions for topics or any comments, words of wisdom, anything you guys have, throw them in the comments. Let us know. You can reach us at podcast@boingstudios.com. Like I said, we're open ears, man. And anything you guys have for us, let us know, and we'll try to see that it makes the air. But yeah, Ray, looking forward to it. Pumped up,
Yes,
man. Thanks
brother.
again.
You are the man. Thank you, my friend, and I look forward to speaking with you. Well, there you go, gang. Thank you again for joining me tonight. I look forward to joining you October 6th for the beginning of Ray Sports and Slams. Thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you later. Have a good night.